Record. Okay, it is September 21, 2022. We're starting the recording of homeopathy training. So we're just going to start with, I'm just going to kind of review what we're going to do today. So we have in about 10 minutes, Xavier Sanchez, the same boy we did last time with the seizures and some urinary issues. His mom and him are going to be joining us on a call to do a follow-up. And then I have some cases I'd like to go over with you guys. But before that, since Rebecca's here, I thought we could maybe just have her be able to share. And this is going to be just, you know, for also future homeopaths, you know, because she's been, how long have you been taking cases now? How long has it been?
It's been 1 year.
1 year, yeah. So I wanted to give you a chance to kind of share maybe some like highs and lows, or some different things that are like have been really good and some things that have really been difficult.
I did emotion code like you suggested on myself, and that helped.
Good.
One of the things that came out was guilt, dealing with clients. And I think I just was taking on guilt of, you know, they aren't better, and what, you know, what have I done something wrong? And that was actually really helpful.
Yes.
But it's just, you know, like today I had one girl who comes in and she's had severe headaches. I've seen several people, and she's doing great. You know, we've only seen her, this is like the third time I've seen her, and she's doing really good and she's super happy. And then, you know, you have the next person come in and they're not doing so well. And they think that homeopathy is not doing anything for them. And so I know I've seen small little changes, but I almost recognize now that when they have the mental mindset of this isn't helping, that really plays a huge role. Because she has other people in her life that are like, oh, homeopathy's bad and it's not going to do anything. And so, yeah.
Yeah, that makes a difference. If you feel like, that's why I love now getting referrals. Like I look at these people who I've kind of told homeopathy about my new neighborhood here in Michigan, and I'm a little bit concerned. I'm like, ooh, I don't know, because when you have somebody who's like in it 100% with you, you know, and they just feel like it's gonna work, and it makes a difference.
Yes, because I had a new client today, and she was a referral, and she knows 2 other people that I've seen, and she's just like, I know I'm in it for the long haul. I'm okay that it's small shuttle shifts at times, and if I need to detox, that's okay. And you know, she wants to bring her son, and she's like, they just raved about you and they're doing so much better. And so it's just a completely different mental mindset, and I think that's what's hard to get people wrapped around.
Yes, it is, especially because, yeah, like you said, if you have somebody who, like their doctor's saying it's not even, you know, not even real medicine, and their family's saying it's not going to be good, and they're seeing detox symptoms, or thinking, why am I going here and getting worse? Yeah, it's really, those kind of clients are hard. And sometimes I've had to learn to just let those people go. And like you said, sometimes you have to do emotion code on yourself as a practitioner, because your heart is so much invested in trying to help these people, and you know, like what they need. And to just be able to see them like rejecting it in a way, you know, just trying to move on to something else that they think is going to help. It's hard. Definitely. All right. Well, any other, I mean, like the highs, you kind of already listed, you already mentioned, right? Just seeing people, and then also seeing them tell other people. I mean, that's exciting, right? It's just kind of fun to see.
Yes, because even the new client, she says, oh yeah, they talked about emotion code and I'm excited to do it. And it's an interesting group because they all do yoga.
Yeah.
And it is, I have found that those clients that I have that do yoga, they just seem like they have this open mind that others don't seem to have. Which, I mean, I guess it's always good that you're physically doing exercise anyways. Your body's going to be healthier, but they recover. They seem like they do really well.
It's funny because once you break into a certain group, the group that I felt like I broke into in Longview was the Classical Conversations Homeschooling Moms. It was like I
Okay.
had a couple moms that came to me, and then they started telling everybody, and soon enough, I had so many people saying, yeah, I know you from this girl in my class in the homeschooling group. And I've never been to the group, but it's just people that had gone there. They all just start talking together. So for you, it's the yoga group.
Yeah, I've never done yoga. Why?
It's fun. Yoga's fun. But still, you broke into a group, and then those people are going to tell their friends. The other people in the yoga group are all going to see these other people that are talking about it. And, hey, maybe I got to try it. So. Well, good. Well, good for you. But you feel like you have more good days than bad. I know sometimes you have, especially in the beginning, I felt like my success rate was a little worse than it is now. Because once you build up your business and kind of the notoriety and stuff like that, people stick with it longer. And I feel like I know better what I'm doing. In the beginning, it wasn't as like successful. I felt like my return rate wasn't as good. But do you feel like you're getting, most of the time people are coming back and
Yeah, most of the time, I feel like my success rate is good, and like I said, it really does depend a lot on their mental mindset of, "Is this going to help me? Is it beneficial or not beneficial?" And when they come in with that, "I've seen somebody else and they've done well," it's amazing how that just makes such a huge difference.
yeah.
Um, Whereas, those people that and I mean, it's partly just the people. I think of someone who, left recently, but then when I think back on his case, he's tried so many different things, and it was usually
Mm,
about every 6 months that he was changing. So
mm.
I thought, I really shouldn't have been surprised that
That he
six
didn't
months
come back.
into it, he changed. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How about you, Marissa? I know you've taken some cases. Oops, sorry, I got you muted here.
Yes, I have to give
There
you
you go.
permission. Yeah. No, I have. Lately, we've just been really busy with family, and I've actually been treating my granddaughter and my daughter-in-law for different things. So, yeah, I haven't, trying to think if I've done much recently with people that are not family, because we've been really busy, and now we're getting ready to do a cross country trip. And so I think until almost the 1st of November, we're just going to be running. But yeah, it's when you see progress. I mean, when people see progress, it's exciting both for me, but it motivates them to keep going. And I've had some where actually they've had like I don't want to say like an aggravation or something, and then it's like, thank goodness the parent was a child and the parent wasn't too freaked out about it. But those can be challenging, because then it can challenge your self-confidence too.
Mm,
Did I do something wrong? Should I have done something different?
yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
that's why I called Katie this week, because I had a client who had a severe reaction um, to the detoxing. And so she's pretty shaken by it, because she'd been seeing progress, and then the detox hit.
well, at
And
least they
so
saw progress. It's when they have a reaction without any progress initially, it makes them kind of, you hope they don't lose confidence in you. Luckily, this person is still on board with, well, it's Elisa and I, we're both working on it. We really like to work with children that are like on the spectrum.
Mm.
So those are challenging. But yeah.
I know that after that first visit, I'm always kind of like on pins and needles to see like, is it gonna, and I know it will work. Like something's gonna happen. I just don't know like what,
And how they're going to respond.
how they're gonna react to it, or if they're gonna, come back. That's why just a lot of times I warn them like worst case scenario, because I'm hoping that they'll see something better than that.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, sometimes you can't prepare them. Like Rebecca said, somebody, they were making progress, and all of a sudden this like huge rash breaks out, and It's
Mhm.
something you don't expect. Like they think it should just be getting progressively better like
Yeah.
this.
Mhm.
And it doesn't always work that way.
Do you feel like you can suppress, and by giving certain remedies, you can suppress something? Or is it, I don't know. I'm really on the fence about this whole suppression thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you like, let's say that you had a rash breakout and you took Apis, you know, then I mean, I don't think it's good to take Apis at that point. Some people are like, well, what can you give me a remedy to stop the itching? And I'm like, well, the itching needs to happen. I mean, it's a hard thing.
Right.
I don't really like to have them take a lot of other remedies at that point.
So then therefore, if you would not, so you wouldn't give anything to try to take the itching or whatever. That's not just like a new aspect of the case that you just now need to go and focus on that.
No, yeah,
Want
just
it to
let
run
it
its-
kind of try to get to the root of it. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey,
Monica's
Monica.
here.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good, good. You guys enjoying some fall weather?
No, I'm in Orlando. It's always a sauna.
You guys are probably still in the 90s, right?
Yep.
Oh boy, I understand. I know Texas is still, you guys are still pretty hot, right? Rebecca down there? The 90s?
Yes, we were 98. I think,
Oh,
today.
98.
I hear you.
Fun stuff. I know it's just starting to cool down a bit. We're in the like around 80s here in Michigan, but yeah. All right. So tell me how Xavier's been doing.
For some reason he's had a lot of seizures this month. It's been pretty bad, but the urine problem went away. So thank you so much. He hasn't had that problem even if he eats oxalate foods. So that seems to have disappeared, but he is having a lot of seizures, definitely increased. Usually it's only during the moon, but for some reason this month, I don't know what happened, but he's had an increase in seizures.
Okay.
And so he's very weak. He has a very stiff neck. So every time he has a seizure, it looks like he would have had a stroke because like he completely ignores his left side. I'm a therapist, so that's how I know. So it's almost like he has like a pusher syndrome or like a kind of like a left side paralyzed, and it takes a couple days to get it to function. But now all he'll do is constantly look, always to the right. So it's affecting his neck. I'll show you. See, like if you see, he's always pushing his neck. It's almost like he can't leave it in the center.
Okay.
Everything I do, I have to put it on the left. Like I'm forcing him to grab his own chips. We used before, no problem. So the seizures affect him, structurally, neurologically, cognitively, everything.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just go through some of the symptoms we talked about last time.
Okay.
So when you say the urinary issues, so you mean like it has an erection before urination, painful? That symptom?
Yeah, or before if he would have like beans or like celery juice, really high oxalate foods, he would automatically get like interstitial cystitis where he couldn't urinate. And that I noticed disappeared. Even if I give him greens, a kale, celery, he's still able to urinate.
Okay, good. All right. So you feel like after he took the remedies, was it like the very first remedy, that the baggie that he took, did it get the seizure started getting worse right after that?
I think at about the fourth remedy or the third and fourth is when I saw a significant increase in seizures.
Okay. Did you see anything after the first and second dose? Like, did he get more tired or irritable or anything?
More tired.
More tired. Okay. Okay.
His hands.
So is he still having an erection before urination?
Yes, but now it's not all the time.
Okay. Okay. Now, I know you said after a seizure, he won't sleep for 2 weeks.
Yeah. We haven't slept in, I don't know, I would say 3 weeks, like a full 8 hours or 7 hours, 4 hours. No.
Yeah, he's just waking up during the night?
He can't, like he'll close his eyes and do this. It's almost like something is waking him up. Like when you have sleep apnea and you're constantly, you can't breathe. So every time he has a seizure, he goes into this manic, kind of like a panda symptom, like psychosis, and then he can't calm down. He's not able to sleep at all.
Okay. Okay. He had some severe constipation last time.
Still severely constipated. Can't go unless I do, suppositories, and that's with green juices, magnesium, you name it. He still can't go to the bathroom.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's see kind of what he tests for. I really would love to do the emotion code again with him today, if you're up for that.
Okay.
I think I just want to do all the things for him, to help this go even more, quickly. Okay. Anything else going on? Any other new symptoms or new issues pop up?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay. All right. Does Xavier need the remedy of uranium right now? So I'm just going to muscle test him really quickly here.
Okay.
Does Xavier need the remedy of polyvaccines? No. Does Xavier need the remedy of carcinosis in a brain? No. Does Xavier need the remedy of cicuta right now? Yes. Okay. Cicuta and an LM1000. Yes, an LM2000. Yes, an LM3000. Yes, LM4000. Yes, LM5000. No, LM4000. So that I'm just for my other homeopaths here, I'm able to do that on the other Sulis machine, the higher potencies. So the LM4000, that's a big jump. So that's good. I like to see that one. So that's for you, Monica, to know that I'm kind of testing on the strength of the remedy. So he's actually taken a big jump. Last time he was on LM200. Now he's on LM4000. So that's a good sign as a homeopath when they just start going higher and higher. And when you take big jumps, that just shows that their body is stronger and can handle higher potencies. And just higher strengths means it's going to go harder. It's just going to make a bigger impact.
Okay.
So that's good.
And is that remedy for seizures?
Yeah, Cicuta is a really good seizure remedy. Okay. Does Xavier need the remedy? And he needed it last time. So I always kind of first check the ones he tested for last time, and then we'll look at some other ones. Does Xavier need the remedy of Bufo right now? No. Does Xavier need the remedy of aconite right now? No. Does Xavier need the remedy of MMR vaccine? Yes. Okay. So this time he wants to really get at the MMR. So that's good. Does he need that in an LM1000? No. LM200? No. LM100? LM100? Okay. Does Xavier need the remedy of Plumba metallicum? No. Does Xavier need the remedy of lachesis? Yes, lachesis. And LM1000? No, LM200. Yes, LM200. That's another seizure remedy. Does Xavier need the remedy of carcinosin bowel right now? Yes, we're going to look at the gut too, carcinosin bowel. So you need that in the LM1000. Yes, in LM2000. Yes, LM2000. Okay, that's going to help the constipation. Does Xavier need the remedy of brain right now? Yes. Brain and LM1000. Yes, okay. Let's see. Does Xavier need any other remedies right now for the seizures? For his seizures? No. Does Xavier need any other remedies right now for his constipation? Yes. Does Xavier need any polybowel nosode right now? Yes. And LM1000? No. LM200? Yes, LM200. Does Xavier need any other remedies for his constipation right now? No. Does Xavier need any other remedies for his sleep issues right now? No. Okay. Does Xavier need any other remedies? No. Okay. So those 6 should really address everything.
Okay.
We're looking at, detoxing and then just repairing, of the brain for the seizures. We're looking at the gut. So I'm actually excited though, because some of the ones that he tested for last time didn't come up this time. So that's
Okay.
good. Means we're kind of moving to a different area of what needs to be addressed. So the first time we were just doing kind of like a general vaccine detox. Now his body's ready to let's target that MMR.
Okay.
Where everything kind of went wrong for him.
Right.
So yeah, I think those are really going to be helpful. And I hope we can see some of the seizures calming down this month.
Okay. Awesome.
So that would be really good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the emotion code. So if you have a magnet,
I do.
right? Let me get my chart. Okay, and so just whenever I say swipe, go ahead and swipe 3 times like we did last time. You're just gonna kind of swipe it down his back 3 times. Hey, buddy.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, just like that. He's a cutie. Okay, does Xavier have any trapped emotions to release right now? Yes, it's trapped emotion in column A. Yes, it's trapped emotion in the even row. No, trapped emotion in row 1. Yes, it's trapped emotion of lost. Yes, it's trapped emotion in his small intestines. Yes, lost in the small intestines. It's just, you don't know what to do. That's the kind of feeling there with that one. Is this trapped emotion from when he's 9 years old? Yes. Lost with having these seizures all the time. Doesn't know what to do. No. Okay. Lost. Anything else going on? I was gonna say it's something within this year because he was 9, but it's not to do with the seizures. So is there anything else he would be feeling lost about? Maybe school or siblings or something else?
He's an only child. I'm assuming the developmental delay that doesn't allow him to learn or, do anything.
Okay. Okay. Does this have to do with his different health issues? Yes, okay. So maybe not with the seizures per se, but it could be, inability to sleep or other issues or developmental issues. Okay, like to release the trapped motion of loss from Xavier's small intestines when he's 9 years old. It has to do with his health issues. Go ahead and swipe 3 times down his back.
Okay.
Okay. Does Xavier have any other trapped emotions to release right now? No. Does he have any other hidden heart walls to release right now? Yes. This hidden heart wall of lost. Yes. Is this been from when he's 9 years old? Yes. Does this have to do with all his different health issues? Yes. Like to release a hidden heart wall of lost from Xavier's body when he's 9 years old. It has to do with his health issues. Go ahead and swipe 3 times.
Okay, and I'm doing spine to neck or neck to spine?
Neck to the bottom of the spine.
Okay.
So down from the top.
Ooh, 3. Got it.
Okay. Does Xavier have any other hidden heart walls to release right now? Yes. Is this hidden heart wall of lost? Yes. Is this from when he's 9 years old? Yes. Does this have to do with his different health issues? Yes. So there's just multiple occasions. Like to release a hidden heart wall of loss from Xavier's body when he's 9 years old. That has to do with the health issues. Go ahead and swipe 3 times.
Okay.
Does Xavier have any other hidden heart walls to release right now? No. Does he have any body walls to release right now? No. Does he have any other trapped emotions to release right now? No. Does Xavier have any trapped emotions to release that are connected with his seizures? Yes. Just trapped emotion in column A? No. Just trapped emotion in the even row? No. Just trapped emotion in row 1? No. In row 3? Yes. Just trapped emotion of grief? Yes, grief. Like to release trapped emotion of grief from Xavier's body that's connected to his seizures. Go ahead and swipe 3 times.
Okay.
Does Xavier have any other trapped emotions to release right now that are connected with his grief and with his seizures? Yes, it's trapped emotion in column A. Yes, it's trapped emotion in even row. No. It's trapped emotion in row 1. Yes, it's trapped emotion of lost. No. Is this trapped emotion of love unreceived? No. Is this trapped emotion of forlorn? Yes. So forlorn is like not cared about, it could have been, it doesn't have to be recent. It could have been at some point. And it doesn't necessarily have to be from you. It could have just been a time of frustration, Okay. Like to release trapped emotion of forlorn from Xavier's body that's connected with his seizures. Go ahead and swipe 3 times. Okay. Does Xavier have any other trapped emotions to release right now that are connected with his seizures? No. Okay. Now I'd like to do something on him today. It's called body code, if you're up for it.
Yeah.
Since he didn't release a whole lot. I mean, he released a few with emotion code, but I'd like to just look at it so it kind of can give me some more information on what's going on and what's causing the seizures. So I'd like to just take a look at that today.
Okay.
Does Xavier have any underlying issues connected with his seizures to work on with body code right now? Yes, his trapped emotion in the left-handed column. So just go through the program. Does this trapped emotion have to do with energy? No. Circuit or system? Yes, circuit or system. Does this have to do with something in the left-handed side, left-handed column? No. Does this have to do with an organ? No. A gland? No. Energy. Okay. Does this have to do with a meridian? Yes. Okay, and main meridian? Yes. Is this probably a brain one? Let's see. Does this have to do, yeah. Does this have to do with a meridian in the left-handed column? Yes. Does this have to do with the stomach meridian? Yes. Okay, so this is like the meridians are kind of like the, part of the circulatory system in a way. So it might be out of balance. Let's see. Just check. Is this imbalanced meridian on the left side of his body? No, on the right. Okay, I would like to try to encourage the energy flow of that meridian. Go ahead and swipe 3 times on the right side of the stomach meridian for Xavier's body.
Swipe on the stomach.
Nope, you can swipe on the back 3 times.
Okay.
Okay. Does Xavier have any other underlying issues connected with his seizures to work on right now with the body code? No. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not going to charge you anything for that, but it's just, sometimes that something can be off, and I'll check it on him next time too, because sometimes there can be like, I had one boy that he developed like tics after having, the coronavirus, and we realized through that program that he had some kind of imbalance with the bones in his brain, and not the brain, sorry, the bones around his skull, near the certain part of the brain that was in control of, the tics and the vocal area. So he was able to go to a chiropractor and get that adjusted. I don't know if, have you brought Xavier to a chiropractor?
Yep, many
I was
chiropractors.
gonna say, you probably have been to quite a few.
Yep.
Okay, no problem. But yeah, there can be other issues too. There can sometimes be, through this program, it can show us like, certain toxins that still might be in a system, or food sensitivities or pathogens or anything. So it's always just good to do that alongside the treatment.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think he's making good progress. I mean, I see the remedies working. I see the way he's testing for higher ones. Some of them he's not testing for anymore. So that's good progress to me.
Okay, great. Yeah, and the urine, that alone is huge, because that's painful and that just causes more problems.
Yeah, exactly. Let's try to get, less problems for him to deal with. He's already got a lot going on.
Yeah. All right.
Good.
Thank you so much.
No problem. And I will text you with some dates and other details, and I'll
Okay,
get
great.
those remedies out to you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem, Monica. You take care. Bye, Xavier.
Bye-bye. Say bye.
All right. So yeah, I don't usually do the body code, but I was just kind of feeling like there might be something else going on. I just want to make sure I, get all those, every tool we can use for him.
Yeah, it doesn't concern you that he was having all these, more seizures, and that he's not able to use his right, his, left arm, and,
Yeah, she said that the seizures make those types of things worse for him because his body gets super tight.
yeah, exactly. But, no, I don't know. I guess dealing with seizures would be really concerning to me.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, am I going to kill this kid if he has another?
I know. It's scary. It is a scary thing to work with.
You're just so calm, and it's like, okay.
Okay, 7 more seizures, whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, what goes through your mind? Like, what are you thinking about when, she's saying, "Oh, well, now his right arm, he can't even reach the chips anymore." And
Yeah, yeah. Well, I just know it's probably from him having more seizures, and he's having more seizures because his body's detoxing.
so you see it as that it's a good thing that
I
the
mean, yeah,
seizures are.
the seizures are, we knew, I told her in the beginning this would get worse. And so she knew that. And I've
Okay.
seen that with people too. I've had a couple other seizure cases and it did get pretty bad for a little while. It wasn't like it was just overnight. It was like a couple months of it being kind of bad. And then all of a sudden it started going away. But,
Wow.
they just had
So
to kind of keep going.
And I mean, I don't know. I guess I'd be concerned about it. And so, what makes you think, okay, well, I just keep going, or is there that you're going in the right direction? I mean, is there any kind of criteria that you look at that would say, oh, well, maybe I need to switch gears, I need to do something different, or you know?
Well, I mean, I think he had a big, the whole urinary thing is way better. So she was super excited about that. And she's been to so many other homeopaths, so many other natural doctors. It's never gotten better. So for her in 1 month to see that, boom, gone, within the first couple weeks, it was gone. She wrote to me about it. And so I just feel like, okay, we're working, it's the
So
remedies
when
are
you
working.
okay, when you see something positive,
Yeah.
and you're going in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
But if everything is just like getting worse, or you don't see any positive progress, then is that point you say, okay, I've got to rethink this?
Yeah, I think, especially, since we did emotion code and other things with him, I expected to see something good. And if it didn't happen that way, and if everything was just way worse,
Mhm.
I don't know if I would necessarily say, let's get rethink it. I would probably just keep going at that point. Because I have seen that happen before too, not with seizures necessarily, but with other cases where they come in the next month and there's nothing better. It's just all way worse, But for me, that's like, oh, okay, good. We're moving things around. The body is usually, then it's the second month that you would see progress. But since he has so many things going on, and he's so young, that I had kind of thought, well, they should see something improve.
Okay. And
I think
so, go ahead.
sorry. I was to say, I think your positivity is great. I always
Yeah.
notice how at the end, like you said, you're making good progress. You're not testing for certain things and moving to new remedies, and we're going to higher potencies. That's one thing I appreciate about
Yeah.
you. I know with us, it was the same thing. And I think that's that mental mindset that the client needs to leave with, of a positive thing, and not it's all going downhill.
Yeah. Oh,
And
what's
you're not going
wrong?
to get
Maybe
any better.
something's going wrong, where you're like, they need to see somebody that's standing in front saying, this is good. You're on the right track. You're
Yeah.
going well. Keep going. This is all good. And I remember feeling that way as a client sometimes, even doing homeopathy or chiropractic or whatever I was doing. If the doctor would just come in and like check you over and like, okay, this is what you need, or this is what you need to do. And all right, see you next time. And I'm like, am I doing okay? Like,
Yeah.
I always felt like if I didn't get that feedback from them to say, yeah, you're on the right track, you're making good progress, then I felt a little bit unsure, like if it's working or not, So they need to hear from you, from us,
Right.
comparatively to everybody else, you're doing really well. And that makes them feel, and now sometimes they're not. And I don't always say that. But I honestly did see him, some of these remedies weren't testing and like they were before, and now the other ones are going up and the gut ones are coming in. And so I'm like, okay, good. I think he's really responding. So, but then there are some people that come in and I feel like I'm not seeing progress, or, the remedies got antidoted, but they don't tell me right away. And I'm seeing them testing for the same stuff that I gave them last month. and their symptoms didn't really change. Then I will actually honestly say, I don't know, do you think you maybe got antidoted this
Oh, I never
month?
thought about that they could be antidoted.
Yep.
Yeah, I would never think about that. I just think, oh, I guess I chose the wrong remedies.
No, because especially if they're testing for the same things again, around
Oh,
the same potencies,
let's see.
then I feel like, do you think, and I'll have that, I'll have like a mom, maybe her son, she's like, you know what? He did have some mints after church, and her grandpa and grandma gave him something, and then I didn't know about it till later. And then he was on his device. His dad was letting him use his phone for like hours. And so I'm like, well, and then I even still try to keep it positive because at that point you're kind of feeling frustrated. Like,
Yeah.
you just
I
wasted
was
my
that
time.
client who antidoted her children by having them have peppermints at church.
Yeah, exactly. And I was that client too. So I know it just happens. And so I just
I'm
try
curious,
to like,
what will you put in the 4 bags? Like,
okay, so I will definitely do MMR first. And I'm
And
gonna
what
put
potency?
the LM100.
A 100.
So
Okay.
I'll do the Sakuda, MMR, and then carcinosin of bowel. So then I'm getting like detox, seizure and gut, all in every dose. I want it to kind of look that way. And then I'll probably do brain, LM1000, lachesis, and then a bowel nosode. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm gonna do the MMR every single one, but yeah. So that's how I'd probably rotate it, like 3 per bag, just making sure I'm hitting the gut every single time because he's just so severely constipated. So that's got to be playing a part. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's how I would probably organize them.
Oh,
But
so
yeah.
you went through them all.
so
No,
when
I
she
wouldn't do all 6
said
at once.
Mm.
when she said that, he got better with the first 2, he was more tired, but then the 3rd and 4th were when the remedy seizures got worse.
Yeah.
Does that put any kind of red flag in your brain, or do you look at, I don't know what he had the 3rd and 4th time, or was that just a higher potency because you'd rotated?
I hadn't gone up in potency. So what I'm thinking is, because the first, he had a lot of different like scans and stuff, and on that first and second, I think the first and second dose I did uranium. So my guess is his body just wasn't like responding as strongly until he'd actually detoxed all that radiation. And so that's why probably the 3rd and 4th dose hit him harder than the first and second. Because usually it's the other way around. Usually it's the first and second dose that are stronger.
Mhm.
But sometimes if a person has a lot of radiation issues, then you won't see it till later, that bigger reaction. So, but yeah, I think he's making good progress. And even if, like I said, even if you're not, if somebody's like, got antidoted or whatever, you just say, hey, it's all right. It happens to, everybody. I've had people, their dog ate their doses or whatever before. They're like fishing it out of there. It happens, it does. So just encourage people. We'll try again this month. And you try to encourage them, like, even if it was like they needed Serenum 30C one time, and the next time they needed a 200C. Hey, it's all right. It worked a little bit, It maybe only worked for 1 or 2 days where we wanted it to work for 7 days, but at least it did something. So just try to encourage them. It wasn't a total waste,
Mm.
But yeah. So yeah, I think that's just good to keep things positive for people. This helps people to feel like they're making good progress.
Well, I think it's really important. I'm just
Really.
trying to figure out how you don't, me personally would not react because inside going, oh my goodness.
He can't move.
Oh yeah, it's going great. What do I do?
You're doing so well. You can't move the left side of your body. I know. Yeah, you just have to kind of look at it in the big picture and try to just keep calm. And yeah, it's hard. I've had some people like with skin reactions like Rebecca had this past, we talked about. when they come in and they're like, yeah, look at what happened. They just show you there's all these different bumps everywhere and everything. And you're like, or just, they said they had different reactions, and it's hard to see people kind of going through those difficult moments of detox or the body healing, but just try to keep them, thinking, hey, your body's doing something good. I try to really explain to them what's happening. Your body's using inflammation to heal. Just same way if you get hit in the head, it gets all swollen. So just give them like the understanding of what's going on in the body, and then they get it and they can suffer through it a little bit. Yeah, a little bit more. Instead of always wanting to take medicine or go to the doctor and think something's wrong.
Yep. And now this body code, are you doing more with it? Because I noticed his book isn't coming out till next year. So
yeah. I just use the app.
And where do you get that? Just on his site?
Yeah, it's called Discover Healing.
Okay.
It looks like this. I'll see if I can put it up here. It's like a little green circle. You can't barely see it. It's like green and white, and it looks like a circle.
Do you have to pay for that?
Yeah, is it free?
Yes, there is a free trial, but I think it's like $16 a month to keep it on your phone or your app, whatever app you want to put it on a different device. But but it's worth it to me because I use it on myself. I use it on other clients, and I mean, I still use it quite a bit, so I keep it around.
So do you just sort of lump it in with the motion code?
What's that?
Do you lump it in with a motion code, or?
It's an added fee. For Monica, I didn't do it today because he only tested for one thing, but I will do another same price as the emotion code, but I don't do it that often. I probably do it maybe once or twice a week. But if the person is like, I feel like there may be something else going on, I will bring that tool in there.
And so it helps diagnose or pinpoint what's going on. Is that why you use it? Like where in the body? I have it here now on my screen, and it's running through, and it's showing the brain, the pineal glands, disconnection system. Does it teach you how to use it?
there is a video, I think, that teaches you, but you're pretty much just doing like an emotion code saying, okay, is this something in the left-handed column? Is this something in this row? You're going through and just asking the body. But I like it because it just gives different information. There was one that in the pathogen section, there was a boy who had, but he had parasites and I didn't know it. Or there was somebody else that had like bacteria in their gut. And so it kind of helped me like narrow different things down. Even like circuit or system, sometimes different like glands or organs will come up that are weak that I wouldn't have known, but I can actually pull from, then once I get down into saying like, oh, the liver is weak, then I can pull the remedies for that, so I feel like it just gives me extra information. There can even be misalignments in different like the soft tissue or different skeletal areas or meridians or whatever. Nutrition or lifestyle. I had it tell me one time I just wasn't drinking enough water. The program told me that. It said hydration, water deficiency. I was like, oh.
How does it tell? I guess I'm trying to understand. Is this all through muscle testing, or how does the program tell you that it was hydration?
Yeah. So
you put your finger on it?
Nope. So I say, okay, is it in the left-handed column? No. Okay, is it pathogen? No. Is it misalignment? No. Is it nutrition or lifestyle? Yes. Is it in the left-handed column again? So there's like a new bunch of choices. No, it's not the left-handed column. Okay, is it nutrition? No. Is it herb and spice? No. Is it essential oil? No. Is it hydration? Yes. Is it water hydration to do with the left-handed? So you just keep going through. Is it in the left-handed column? Yes. Is it water deficiency? Yes. And then you read through, it gives an explanation, that you probably don't have enough water. Is that true? Yes. And it's just, just go and drink more water.
It's all with muscle testing. It's not like you push on the on the little icons, and then it takes you to
Yeah, you do though. So
oh,
like you push on, it's hard to see
Yeah.
with this camera for some reason.
yeah.
But so like, hold on, let me see if I change it this way. So if I push on nutrition or lifestyle, then I go to hydration. So it changes screens, water deficiency, and then it gives you like an explanation of,
Oh,
so you're kind of just asking the body and then
Turn
the
it
screen
off.
will change.
oh, interesting. That'd be fun to try.
So I think, if, you girls, you're both good at, muscle testing.
Mhm.
I know there was one time it was like magnetic field and it was telling me that I needed to go out and walk in with my bare feet, for grounding. It
Yeah.
was saying there was a deficiency and I should do that. And then there was another time where it was like, there are certain emotional ones where there was like a courting, something I was courted to my mom through this event where I thought she was going to die. And so I always felt like responsible for her to the point where I would feel guilty if I, too much. And I just remember like once I released that cord, it was like this courting trauma event, kind of like you do an emotion code, right? And it had me figure out what age I was and what event it was and everything. And once I released that, I just felt like a freedom with her to just not be so responsible for her anymore.
Interesting.
So-
That was on the body code as opposed to the emotion code.
Yeah, so the emotion code is a lot of other emotional things in there too. So it could be like reverberations or offensive things or post-traumatic. Anyway, it's just interesting.
I definitely want to look into it. It's too bad there's not a book yet.
I know. But the app is actually kind of handy because you just click, click, click every time instead of turning pages back and forth all the time. So the app has been handy. Okay, so I want to go through some cases with you guys and you'll just kind of take notes and see what you would do for their cases.
I have to do something with the bread, so I'm
Yes.
going to listen.
You just
but okay.
listen. Okay, so I had a little boy come in. He's 1.5 years old. Now his mom took Zofran every day during his pregnancy. He had a very traumatic birth. His shoulder got stuck. And he always has fluid in his ears. He had a lot of ear infections for like the first year of his life and was on a lot of antibiotics.
Has that led to not really talking and not hearing well? I mean, he's only 1.5 years, but
No, she says he hears okay.
Huh, okay.
He is very clingy. He has diarrhea often. He has allergies like environmental allergies, nose running, coughing, and he gets chest infections really easily. He is much slower at developing than his sister, who's older than him. Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right. I read it. And he cries in his sleep every 30 minutes all night long, but never wakes up. And eats all day, just doesn't stop eating.
Sounds like he has some tummy aches
Yeah.
and then diarrhea. How often?
She said probably 3 to 4 times a week. And he had vaccines. He had some. So they think she said up to like the 6-month mark or something like that, and then they stopped.
Do we have Zofran on the machine to detox from that, or?
No, we don't.
That's an antidepressant, right? Or
I think
anxiety
so,
medication?
yeah. Yes. So yeah, so what do you guys think? That's the whole case.
Do you want me to look up some rubrics?
Yeah, you can
or-
look up some rubrics or think about what you would, like if remedies come to mind.
I mean,
what you
said
would test.
clingy, and I immediately thought pulsatilla, but
Mhm.
um, let's see.
What do you think, Marissa? Have you been able to hear the case? I think I got you muted again. There we go.
Sorry, I was
Fine.
focusing on getting the bread in the oven.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was not fully, I heard part of
Yeah.
it's better to I see what, is Rebecca?
Yeah, she's there. I think she's just looking up some stuff right now.
I am. Did my
I think your picture went
video
off.
go away? Oh,
Your video's
okay.
off.
get
I'm
my
sorry. I was
phone.
looking at synthesis. I didn't know it would go away.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I put in child clinging, and I was looking up stomach pain. There's interesting stomach appetite ones.
Mhm. Yeah, for the eating all day.
Uh-huh.
And at 25 minutes. All right. Now I think I can focus.
Did you repertorize the crying all night long, or worse at night?
No, honestly, I didn't repertorize anything for this case.
You did.
Oh, okay.
No.
You just knew a remedy right off the top?
I just kind of thought to myself, okay, vaccines, antibiotics. I tested the Zofran, even though I don't have it, I just kind of muscle tested on that, just a weight test. That actually didn't come up. I thought it would. I thought, oh, Zofran every day, that's going to be a big thing. Now, what you can use for like antidepressants is you can use opium to test that one, but neither of them came up. I will continue to take a look at that because it was a daily thing. I think I did test pulsatilla, but I knew like, oh, allergies, chest infections, those are easy. Those are like your serinum and phosphorus. So phosphorus is always, chest infections easily. So he did test for both of those. So the first one was polyvaccines and a 10M. Didn't need uranium for radiation or anything. Then we did serinum and an LM5. And I knew that was going to be gut and allergies and lungs. So I'm just trying to hit as many things as I can. And then phosphorus and a 10M. And that's going to be, I wonder if that's why they're like sensitive. She also kind of did say he's sensitive sleeper. So I'm thinking, okay, sensitive sleeper, like, Just the mucus goes right to the lungs every time. You got to disconnect that. And then the last one was Lycopodium and a 10M. So, and he only tested for 4 remedies. And I just felt like those 4 are going to really help. The vaccine detox usually takes care of like the ears, and the Serenum also can help with the ears and because I think that's what's probably waking him up is the ear pain.
Yeah.
Or gut pain. I don't know either.
How old is he?
A year and a half.
Oh, okay, very little.
I think
So
I also tested him on
Did you try-
antibiotics.
Oh.
That didn't come up.
Did you try Stramonium? That was coming up on mine. I was really kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, I would usually see nightmares if, but I mean, they could be having nightmares of crying, but
Yeah.
it's hard to tell at a year and a half. They probably aren't able to distinguish. But I might bring that one up if nothing improved in their sleep. I might try that one. Think maybe it's night terrors or something that's waking them up. But right now it's like ear fluid that's going to be waking you up, and gut stuff. So I'm just going to kind of try those things first. Yeah, that's a
You
good
wouldn't
thought.
give any organ remedies.
No, I think those 4 are going to make a huge difference.
Yeah. So you don't know the results yet.
Nope, I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of been a new client just a couple weeks ago, so we'll see what happens. But I feel good about it, and I've been doing this after, like you guys saw me do with Xavier. Is like, okay, does he need any other remedies right now? You know, yes or no. And sometimes it's yes, and I got to sit there and like figure it out. You know, and I got to, okay, let me look back at my research, or let me find out something else that might be helpful. So that's been kind of more encouraging to me, to just like feel confident and feel like, okay, they're gonna make a good difference for them.
Do
this
you
month.
ever ask, like when you have clients like Xavier with the seizures, if he would need it more often to help push it through more quickly? The seizure one?
No, I haven't gone down that road, because I've tried that before with like myself, and I haven't had that much success. It'll be like, oh, how often should I take it? I feel like, I don't know if the body knows exactly how things, how often. I haven't had that much success with.
Oh, I've done
Especially
that
Like
a
once
lot.
a week or twice a week, or
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like the once a week is pretty good. It seems to work for most everybody. It gives the body enough time to like process it, instead of hitting it too. I worry about like putting things too close together.
Especially if
especially
you're using multiple things.
Yeah, when you're using multiple and higher potencies, that's why I like to spread them out. Now, if it's somebody I worked with for a long time and I know how they're going to react to things, and I see them having a rough reaction, I might say, oh, okay, let's try this. I might have them take their second dose sooner to see if we could push it through.
okay.
But usually, like, especially because she's this is a first visit, client. I just kind of stick with this is how I usually do it, and it seems to work well.
Okay.
And I had a lot of success with their sister. Like, I worked with her this past 6 months, and she just, everything I gave her, like, she responded really well to it. And the mom is like 100% on board. And so I just figured, like, this is going to be an easy case, because
You hope.
I hope, yeah.
Yeah.
You never know, but yes, exactly.
Wow.
Okay, I got one more case to go
Okay.
through with you guys. Another little boy, well, not little, he's 14 years old, but it's a boy. And let's see, he has issues with dairy. And let's see, it was a complicated case because they've been to many homeopaths. So that's hard to like take notes on somebody when they're telling you symptoms of the past. even though some of them aren't around anymore. So I'd be like taking notes and they say, oh, but that got better. And I like cross it out. Okay, so it's not a symptom anymore. He did have juvenile arthritis in the past, which I thought was good to know. And he had eczema in the past. Now, he was on methotrexate and steroids for 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is methotrexate the name of the steroid?
Methotrexate, it's like an immune suppressant drug.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really bad. He also had was diagnosed with Lyme's disease after a tick bite. Now, they usually don't give him like gluten or dairy, but they said 6 months ago he ate a lot of cookies. He kind of snuck them and ate a bunch of them. And now every time he has gluten, he throws up. And he has like a very low appetite now, ever since he had those foods.
Mm.
He's also severely constipated. They said very bad seasonal allergies. He's a very anxious child. So he's very nervous before new events and things like that. Feels nervous a lot. He likes to correct people. Status can be important to him. And he's kind of a bully to his brother, his younger brother. Now, she also told me good remedies that they had in the past. So she said remedies that have worked in the past with all these different homeopaths that they've seen, lycopodium, causticum, and aurum metallicum seem to do good things for him. So he doesn't have the eczema anymore. He doesn't really have the juvenile arthritis, but it's good for me to know that that was in there, even though he doesn't have it. He's not on any of the medications or anything. So mostly you're just kind of dealing with these, appetite issues, the food allergies, the environmental allergies, the anxiety and things like that. That's what we're kind of dealing with now. Because they really said his goal is he really wants to eat like normally. That's what he would love to do.
did she go to someone who was classical and just
Yeah,
only get
she's
one
been-
remedy at a time?
Yeah, but then she also went to Toon Jansen from the Netherlands, who did homeopathic detox therapy.
Wow.
And he did a lot of detox remedies with him. And those did help, but she said it got to a point where it just wasn't, helping anymore.
Does he only do detox?
I think so. I think he has these detox protocols because she was saying he did like an antibiotics one and a vaccine one, and he had like a methotrexate one and steroids. That seems to be the ones that he worked on with him. But then she did do constitutional with other people in the past too.
No, I'm just wondering, does this Toon Jansen only do detox? So like
Yeah.
once you're finished the detox, you have to go to someone else. He doesn't continue treating.
Yeah. I don't know. They didn't seem like they stayed with him for very long. I think they just tried it for like a year. Sounds like they did mostly detox and then just left.
Okay.
did something else, but I don't know if he had any other remedies in there.
So did you try, I guess, the bowel nosode and the carcinosum bowel?
Yep, I did test on those. He did test for bowel nosode.
Did you
And
try
I-
lycopodium again?
Yep, I did. He tested for that again. So bowel nosode was LM200, lycopodium LM200. Because he's had a lot of these before, so that's why I'm thinking they were so high. Now, one that really surprised me was Serenum, because I knew, oh, he's probably going to need that. He needed it in a 6C,
Oh,
which is really low.
Wow.
So at first I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay, 30C, no. 12C, no. 6C, yes. It's just like, okay, we're going to start really low.
Now, was his Lyme's disease resolved?
Yes, they said they did Lyme's remedies and different things like that's not really an issue anymore either.
Okay, so that was taken care of. Because I
Yeah.
was going to say the Borlberg nosode. So it's mostly allergies, constipation, kind of stuff.
Yeah, like food allergies, seasonal allergies, constipation, gut issues. Yeah, so that seems like that's
So it's
our.
basically the gut.
Mm-hmm.
did you try like Argentum nitricum for the anxiety?
I did. That didn't come up.
How about arsenicum?
Arsenicum.
status?
No, that didn't come up either. So I did test those. I tested quite a few different emotional ones, but the only other ones that came up were the Bovista for food allergies and LM1000, and the polyvaccines in LM5, and then Illumina in LM200.
What about the triticum or something for the gluten issues?
Triticum vulgare.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually test on that for gluten. Have you
Or
heard about that one for gluten?
It is wheat, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep,
Okay.
It's the
it
homeopathic
is.
remedy for wheat. Or is
Wheat,
wheat. It's made from wheat.
exactly. Right.
I
Or
have
the,
tested several people on that, especially that had wheat allergies, and it has never come up.
Yeah. I've done that too with people that had like cat allergies. There's a remedy in the book that's from cat hair. And then I tried, oh, this is for sure gonna come up with these people. It never did. So you never know.
well,
yeah.
maybe they're not really allergic to the cat hair per se. It's something else that's causing them to react to it. And so the body is wanting you to go underneath that.
Mhm.
It's kind of more of a superficial thing, because
Yeah.
if he was fine with gluten and then he ate all those cookies and then he started having problems.
Well, he wasn't really totally fine with gluten. It wasn't as bad as it is now, I think. It's just much worse. And I actually asked them if he'd ever been tested for a hiatal hernia, because they said he does kind of feel nauseous once in a while, this lack of appetite. Because I know after a big event like that, like the body all of a sudden never had cookies in your life. And 14 years old, you have like 20 of them all at once. And the body was just like, wow, And so they're actually going to go get him tested at the chiropractor and try to do some hiatal hernia. Because I said, does he feel anything in his chest even? Like maybe like a burning? And they're like, yeah, he does sometimes complain about that.
Wow.
So always look for hiatal hernia is a lot more common than you think. People with reflux issues, they could have had a hiatal hernia for years and never been diagnosed. So stomach gets stuck up in the diaphragm. And so then it's not completely digesting everything. And it's like making this reflux indigestion in the body, this burning. And sometimes I've had a client, she dealt with that for a year. I just had her go get adjusted. She literally got adjusted once, and then I went on YouTube and looked up a few different videos to massage the stomach down. And within a week, she was totally fine.
Yeah, I had that done. I was all of a sudden had problems, and then I went to the chiropractor, had that. They says, oh yeah, it's your stomach's up there, and they moved it. They moved, I guess it was also it had to do with my ribs too, and I was fine, never had any more problems. It was So sometimes, see, that's the interesting, and that kind of interested me when you said about on the body code, is sometimes I wonder if people just need an adjustment.
Yeah.
And homeopathy can't always fix something that's physically out,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, but that you just need the adjustment.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do talk with people a lot about, chiropractic. If I see things that are like, okay, maybe this is related, or yeah. And there are actually remedies for, if you look up, there's a rubric for hiatal hernia.
Oh, there
And,
is.
yeah, it's called hiatus, hernia hiatus. And there's like 5 really good remedies in there. And then Dr. Homeo also has some good ones. So you can actually, with the massage, with the chiropractor and the remedies, you can get the stomach to really come down. And funny thing, this month, I really started exploring Antimonium crudum, which is good for acne, but at the same time is good for people prone to hiatal hernias. So always bring that in, because it's a really big, like, stomach remedy at the same time as skin remedy. So, and because I could never find something for like a chronic hiatal hernia, the sliding one. But that is, when I started doing some more research and reading about it, I was like, oh, this is like the chronic, and if you read about like emotionally, it can be a good for depression, things like that. Oh, I wanted to share with you guys some more. I've been doing some more research. I found some more good depression remedies to try.
Wait, what was the remedy you just mentioned?
Antimonium crudum.
Oh, Antimonium crudum, yeah. Okay.
But some other good depression remedies you can try that have been testing on clients lately is Coffea cruda.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I would have never thought of that. Lachesis, which I would have never thought of. Hyoscyamus, Hyoscamus.
Yeah.
Conium. And I'm going to update my website and put those on there, because those are really good for depression issues. But
I
yeah.
wondered, this other client that you had seen that had also seen Tom Jansen, if he's ever had the LM and the high LM potencies.
No, they only did the C's. And like he'd always start, she told me he would start with a 30C, and then after 2 weeks he'd go up to a 200C, and they'd switch remedies to something else, and they'd have a weekend dose that they would do. And but she said it was hard because he would send them a bunch of stuff in Dutch, and they couldn't read it.
Was it a Zoom meeting?
Yeah, it was like Zoom, and then he would send them the prescription, and they couldn't find it anywhere. The names were all different in Dutch, and
wow.
Yeah. But yeah, I've worked with our other son too now for the past 6 months, and he's got way more issues, and we've seen some progress. So they were like, can we bring in our other son, and can my husband start coming now? So it's been kind of nice. I'm doing like the whole family. But it's nice to have people that really know about remedies. They know how things work. You don't have to do a lot of explaining.
Exactly. Wow.
So that's been pretty good. All right. Let's see. Oh, I did have one other thing I wanted to mention with a recent client. So there's a woman, she's about 54. And we've been doing remedies with her now, I think it was her 3rd visit. And she's seen some progress, like each visit with her different gut issues, and then she had menopause issues and sleep issues and food allergies, lots of things going on. And then we did a lot of emotion coaching, had a very traumatic life. And then all of a sudden it was like on that 3rd visit, her stomach just got really, really bad. Like she's just cramping all the time, just a lot of pain in the stomach, like way worse. Now the tricky part is she does not have a gallbladder. So that is something to always consider with people. that, she had the gallbladder surgery, and that's when all the stomach cramping and pain and everything started.
Hmm.
So
Never.
what I did recently for her is I found a gallbladder supplement that has different bile salts and different things in there that can help her break down her food. And I just said, just take this with every meal, and we're going to see, how it goes, and I just wanted to share that with you guys too. You might get to a point where somebody who just, maybe they had a bariatric surgery, or they had their thyroid taken out, or just different, and then they have all these, or they had a full hysterectomy and all their ovaries are gone. And so you always have to consider people who have had organs taken out. People who've had their appendix taken out, they're usually going to have more issues with candida, because they don't have an appendix making good bacteria for their gut anymore. Gallbladder people usually just have this problem with these fattier foods are always going to irritate them. So you have to sometimes people have to be on a supplement every day because they don't have an organ. So
As opposed to a homeopathic remedy.
Yeah, because I feel like it's something like a homeopathic remedy. You'd be looking for, I don't know how you'd even look for something, because they're just not breaking down.
Because I would think a homeopathic remedy would stimulate your body's natural gallbladder, if you had one, to produce those things it should, but there's
It's not there.
nothing there to produce it. So,
But if it's an organ remedy,
Yeah, but the organ's not there. So it's like, how are you gonna, have the body create more bile salts that it can't create because it doesn't have the organ to do it,
wonder if like a bile salts remedy.
Well, usually bile salts would help to balance the bile salts in the body, but I just feel like it doesn't,
Yeah.
they don't have it. So I haven't heard back from her either, but I really hope that everything is kind of calmed down. But I got kind of stuck because I was like, ooh, I don't know what, she was like, well, it's not getting better, but I'm like, it's a tricky case because, they don't have that organ. And I try to just kind of bring them around to that, the understanding that I can only do so much.
what would you see with somebody who's had a complete hysterectomy? What are some? I have one client that has had a complete hysterectomy, and she has fibroids in her breast. And then when she recently went to the doctor, they said she has HPV.
Yeah.
It's a very complicated, severe case.
Yeah. They're always going to have
hormonal
hormonal issues. Those are the kind of things where some people are on just different progesterone and different things like that. And I don't know. I try to get them to use more natural, things for hormone balancing, but it's hard. And I'm always trying to work on their thyroid, work on their adrenals. Let's work on these other, different hormonal endocrine glands, because they're all being weakened, because they don't have the ovaries. So
Yeah.
they're just kind of constantly at a disadvantage in a way.
So what would you suggest? Because I know she does birth control.
If she does,
because if she doesn't do the birth control, then that's when the fibroids get really bad.
Yeah. I would maybe have her look into different supplements, post, the post surgeries like that. So there's something some supplement type pages, naturopathic pages that can give you things that she'll need to be on them for probably the rest of her life, to just make sure to, instead of the contraceptives. So I would just you could do some research, have them do some research, and just plug in supplements when needed, and vitamins and things.
Do you feel like you can use the homeopathic version of vitamins, or say even hormones, progesterone, estrogen, and prescribe it to people, and it would be just as effective? Have you ever tried that? I guess maybe is what my question is.
I mean, I feel like I have tested people on that before, like estrogen, progesterone, and it works for a little while, but then it feels like it doesn't really, long term, it's not really balancing anything because it's just constantly off, within the body. So, yeah, I haven't had a ton of success with those remedies.
I just was thinking through it. I was listening to a class that was on agri-homeopathy by Camilla Scherer, Jeremy Scherer's wife. And she just made this offhand comment, saying that a friend of hers was asked to go to an orphanage in Tanzania, and there was all these malnourished children. And this friend was a homeopath for many years working in Africa, and she was just like all these kids, and they were susceptible to all these diseases. And she says, and she just took her Sulis machine and she made all these vitamin remedies and gave them to, Africa is dirt poor. They
Yeah.
don't have anything. And when you're treating an entire, school of kids, the resources for that are not there. And so she said she gave her all the kids these vitamins, and they said within 1 month they were different children. And that was the first I'd ever heard of anyone actually using it and having success. She didn't say like what potency or how.
Or long-term success, I guess would be my question. If they can't
Yeah,
have, I mean, they're Africa, and if they're only eating rice
Yeah.
and beans, are they gonna get those vitamins
Yeah,
from
long-term.
anything?
yeah. Well, the big
Yeah.
thing was their susceptibility to disease, and they were
Mhm.
getting sick constantly. They were having all these problems, and that this started helping them. Now, again, it was like a rabbit trail because she was talking about plants and soil and nutrients and stuff, and how you can give vitamins and minerals in homeopathic form to the plants. And then she says, oh, and by the way, a colleague of mine did this with a bunch of kids in Africa. And so, I'd love to hear more. But so that's why I'm kind of been playing with this idea, because if you don't have to take supplements, if you can just use them in homeopathic form, because is it really something in the supplement that is what the person needs? Or is it once again just the energy, the frequency of it
Yeah.
that's, that the body is receiving from the physical supplement? And if that's
No,
the
I
case,
have
then
iron deficiency, and I've done ferrum metallicum and ferrum phos, and it helps some. But then there are just times I don't know why my body just doesn't produce iron like it needs to, that I have to go to the granary and get extra iron and take that for a little while. And I can tell because I'm just exhausted and I can't get out of bed, can't
Yeah.
get going. And so that's when it's like my clue. Oh, my iron must be low. So I don't know. I've played with it, but I haven't found to be able to not use a supplement. But it does make a question in my brain, because I do have one client that is very low testosterone, male. And we've tried the testosterone remedy, and I feel like it worked good at first, but now it's not working so much. And so I'm wondering, should he get some sort of
Have you tried the
supplement?
testes, the organ remedy of the testes, or the carcinosin of testes?
No.
Because that's where, I mean, you really want to look at like, why are they low in testosterone? Are the testes not producing it?
Okay.
So I would get those going
Another
and test those.
with these, the thought came to me is, okay, when you were giving him testosterone, was it in the same potency? Because I'm wondering if you need to continually be increasing or lowering, whatever. That's another thought, that the body, after a while, your body can get you, just like they say with probiotics or supplements, you have to stop for a while and then resume them, because the body gets used to things.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering,
No,
by
he and his wife,
changing
his wife mainly response tests, and they ended up buying a bottle, I want to say, of like LM1, LM80, LM200, and 1,000. And he said that he would always only test for 80 or 1,000, and he'd switch between the two of them. But it's just been several months and his energy is still a lot lower than what it should be.
Yeah, I've seen similar things with that when I tried to test different remedies. I even thought, oh, the remedy of sugar. I'm going to try that because my body's definitely been damaged by sugar over the years. My body didn't want it. And I thought, okay, maybe glyphosate. Nope, didn't want that. I tried, oh, estrogen. Maybe that's, there's just different things that I think will work for a little while, but then your body just gets used to that frequency and it needs it in its more raw state. Like you said, Rebecca, there's gonna be times where you just need more iron, either to eat something with more iron or take a supplement. There's been times where I know I don't have an appendix. And so, I had a surgery a long time ago, but every once in a while I can I'll muscle test myself. Do I need some sauerkraut? My body's like, yes. Now, if I tested myself on probiotics or, anything, my body wouldn't want it, but it wants just me to eat good bacteria or me to consume it, so it can actually help me break it down. So yeah, I think there's a place for it sometimes. And it's good to be able to muscle test, because I don't like to say, oh, just go take this every day, like forever. I think like for me, I don't really test for eating sauerkraut, only like once every 2 weeks. So it's not like I need to keep eating it every single day, But yeah. All right, ladies, we're going to end the call. But I'll try to do another follow-up next month. And I will text like everybody a different date for that, for another class. But good to see you ladies today. Thanks for sharing.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it. You guys always have good information to share.
Okay. Will we see Xavier next time?
Yeah, we'll see Xavier next time.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. Take
Bye.
care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.